Hi guys, welcome to episode 21 of the Judecast. I am Punky Judester. I apologise if I sound a bit weird. I'm still getting over a chest infection, so I apologise in advance if I start sounding weird or if I talk a bit funny, so I am very sorry about that. I've been dealing with this for the last week. It's getting better, kind of, slowly, but yeah, it's still a bit. Which is why I didn't stream on Friday. I'd been hoping to stream post till 4, but hopefully I'll be able to stream this Friday. I'll hopefully be feeling well enough to do so, and yeah, hopefully. But let's get on with the news. Of course, this week the big news has been the online debate that's been going on about Bioware's decision to remove certain scenes from the re-release of Mass Effect. In a few scenes, there were scenes where they panned around and you could see sort of close-ups on women's bums, and apparently people are saying that was offensive and it should have been removed, and so Bioware's removed it. And then on the other hand, you have people saying that's stupid, why are you doing this, blah 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 blah. And some people say, oh, look at them, they just want sexualized women. No, that's not it at all. It's nothing to do with sexualizing women. It's to do with the fact that stop treating us like kids. Like, Mass Effect is a certificate 18 game. There are scenes where you have sex and you chat people up and you blow things up. And if you're worried about a scene where a camera pans across and you see a woman's backside, if that's what bothers you in the game, then you might have a problem. Seriously. Like, I really don't get it. I don't see what is offended. I'm not offended by women's bums. I'm not offended by boobs. Like, if you find that stuff offensive, then that's on you. You know, the game's an 18. It's not meant for kids. It's not meant for people who are gonna find that stuff taboo or offensive. It's meant for adults because of the violent content in it, because of the adult themes in the game. It's not a children's game. So, you know, and that's the thing. If you're thinking that that is sexualized content and that's wrong, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't think it's sexualized content. I don't think it's wrong. Like, there's nothing wrong with a woman's body. What's the problem? Like, yeah, it pans across, you get a bit of a view of a bum. Oh well, so. If it was a dude, would it be offensive? No, obviously not. Like, nobody has said that they want this because it's attractive. What they're saying is they don't want it changed because we're not children and we don't want to be treated like children. That's the whole point. If you have a certification system, as we do across the world, then why in a game that's a certificate 18 and therefore not for children, why is it not okay to show you a close-up on someone's backside? Why is it okay to edit things out? Why should people go, oh well, that's offensive, but blowing someone's brains out, chopping their heads off, that's completely fine. You get my point? Like, if in a game it's aimed for an adult, then it shouldn't matter. And that's the point. It's like, if you want to treat someone like a kid, if you get offended by something that's like that, then don't play those games. Protect yourself, but don't try and protect other people on our behalf. We don't need your protection. Like, women don't need protection. Literally, this was the kind of attitude that people had in the 1930s and 40s before women's rights became a thing. Like, that's how far we've gone. We've gone so far, we're coming back the other way. Women don't need protection. We are not dolls that need coddling. Okay, the close-up on a woman's backside is not offensive, and it should never be offensive. I don't want to get into politics, but you know, and that's the thing. I've seen people say, oh, the right-wing people are getting upset because of this. It's like, no, it's just people with common sense are getting upset. Well, not upset, are just like, dude, what the heck? Because they don't want to be treated like kids. That's what the problem is. We're not children. We don't need protection. And if you think that it's okay to edit these games and take these scenes out because sexualizing women, then you're the one who's seeing the women with a sexual point of view, not the people who are playing the game. You're the one who's sexualizing them because you're the one who's seeing it as such, not the people who are just playing the games. And, you know, disagree with me. I would love to get you guys' opinions. Do you think that it is sexualizing women, should therefore be removed? Or do you think that actually, no, it's kind of stupid and it's treating people like children? Sound off in the comments. Let me know what you think, because I would love to hear you guys' point of view. Continuing on that whole remake thing, Ubisoft apparently is working on a Prince of Persia remake. They announced this back in September, and it was due to come out in January on the 20th, and it got pushed back to March 18th of this year. And Ubisoft have just announced that they actually need a little more time to work on the game. They haven't said this time when the game can be expected for release. The developer actually made a statement on Twitter saying, "We have made the decision to shift the release of Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time remake to a later date. This extra development time will enable our teams to deliver a remake that feels fresh while remaining faithful to the original." So, you know, originally the delay was due to current global situations, but obviously not a lot has changed on that, which probably explains why Ubisoft have had to delay the game again, and have been unable to announce a new release date, because obviously no one knows what's going on, no one knows how long this is going to happen, and so yeah, it's hard for them to say, yeah, we'll release it at this point. Also, I think the whole situation with Cyberpunk probably is fresh in people's minds, so that might be something to do with why they don't want to actually announce a release date. They're actually working on the remake using the Assassin's Creed engine, which is kind of cool because it's kind of like come full circle, because Assassin's Creed was originally like supposed to be a spin-off idea for Prince of Persia, so it's kind of cool to see how they've used, you know, they've come around. Obviously this will enable them to have much better graphics than before. They'll be using motion capture for the animation. There'll be a free camera, and it's going to be it's actually the first game that's being headed up by the Ubisoft team in India. So that's kind of cool to see that they're expanding and they're using other countries and other people to work on the game. So I think that's really cool. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with that game when we know, obviously closer to the release, when it will be released and how it's going. 90s kids will also be happy because we've got some more great news. Well, interesting news, I should say. I'm not sure it's great, but Channel 4, apparently a British TV channel, for those of you who don't know, are rebooting the well-loved show Games Master. It's going to be on E4 at some point. There's no official date or anything like that that's been announced. The news came because there was a post on their corporate sales site looking for sponsors for the new show, which explained a little bit about it. It's going to be a 3-part show with 5 celebrity contestants doing kind of battle royale type concept, in the sense that they'll each play against each other, and then one of them will be crowned the winner, and maybe even win the Golden Games Master joystick! They've also talked about segments that will be social segments, which will include news and reviews, playthroughs, speedruns, and trailers on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. So that's going to be interesting. But like I said, there's been no announcement of when it'll happen or who will be taking over from Patrick Moore, who was the original Games Master, or even who the host will be for that. And it'd be kind of weird if it's not Dominic Diamond, just as long as it isn't Dexter Fletcher, because he was just bad as that present. Oh my gosh, it was so bad. But yeah, so it'd be interesting to see it happen. Hopefully it'll be good. Like, obviously we'll never capture the spirit of the original Games Master series. Like, I was a huge fan of Games Master growing up, when it started, I think as time progressed, I kind of stopped watching it because obviously I was getting older and getting into other things like going out with my friends and stuff like that rather than staying home and watching Games Buster. But it was, you know, it was a great show. There were so many cool shows about gaming in the 90s, like Bad Influence, which everybody still loves if you're British. Yeah, but those were the shows that we grew up with, and so it's interesting. And also, obviously, Channel 4 recently did a reboot of The Crystal Maze, which is hugely popular also from my generation. So it's kind of interesting to see how the shows that we grew up with are being remade and updated for a modern audience. So, I mean, they did all right with like The Crystal Maze, I think. So yeah, it wasn't obviously as good because it wasn't Richard O'Brien, and nobody thought it was him. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with this. So it'll be interesting to maybe check out maybe one episode. I mean, it's only 3 episodes, so it's not going to be huge, but I will check out the first episode to see how that goes. If it captures me, I'll probably watch all 3, but we'll see. We'll see. Last week we mentioned that there was a problem with security for Cyberpunk 2077. Apparently there is a new hotfix out for that. Hotfix 1.12, which should basically sort out the issues of installing mods and custom save files. There was, of course, there have been lots of hotfixes that have been released, as well as the 1.1 patch, and it was that actually caused the bug for the security thing. Now, CD Projekt Red have said that patch 1.2 is on its way and will sort out a lot more stuff, which obviously remains to be seen. There are still plenty of things that need to be sorted out, including the audio, but there is good news for that. A modder has released a patch for the audio in Cyberpunk 2077. It was released on Nexus Mods by somebody called Floyd 2099, and he fixed basically, they don't know if it's a guy or a woman, fixed about 800 audio files in the game, and they were either remixed or completely fixed. They explained that they weren't happy with the quality of the audio files in the original game. The levels were wrong or the balance was wrong, and so what they'd done was they'd taken it upon themselves to fix those issues and sort them out. Now, the mod is actually pretty huge. It's 11 gigabytes. And that's an unofficial patch, 11 gig. But this is the thing, it's another example of something that CDPR have messed up and is being left to the community to sort. And that just speaks volumes, you know, pardon the pun about the audio, but it says a lot about CDPR, the fact that the fans have made this patch and it's 11 gigabytes to sort the audio out because they haven't done it. And it shows also how passionate the fans are about it. And it's great to see that they are supporting it. However, there was today a tweet was put out by CDPR saying that they had been cyber attacked and that basically the attackers were making demands on them to, not exactly clear what the demands were, but they said if they do not meet their demands, they will release all the information that they've taken, which is financial information, source code to different games and things like that. And so they've said they were going to release that to the public unless their demands were met. Now this got 2 reactions from some people like, oh my god, and other people were like, good, release the code, at least then we might get a decent version of the game. And I tend to be on that side, to be honest, because like they've had years to work on this game and it's just mess after mess after mess after mess. And like we saw with the audio files, it's the fans that are sorting it out. It's the fans that are doing it, and they're the ones who, you know, they were lied to. The investors were lied to. Us, the buying public was lied to. And yeah, okay, it sucks for CDPR that to get hacked like this, but you kind of understand why somebody would do it if they were that frustrated about being treated that badly. just to sort of show them, like, okay, you want to mess with us? Well, we're going to mess with you, kind of thing. I'm not condoning what they did. Do not take it that way. I do not think that this is the kind of behavior anyone should have. I'm just kind of, I get the frustration is all I'm saying. I get the attitude behind it because I'm frustrated with the situation. That doesn't mean I would go and do that. I would more work in my wallet, you know. If I'm not happy, then, you know, but I've decided to keep the game and wait till the new patches come out. I'm not playing it. I'm waiting until it's sorted. That could mean I have to wait 2 years before I play it. I'll wait 2 years if I have to. I want to see what the game is going to be. Obviously, it's not the game we were told it was going to be. It's not the game we were sold. But I look forward to seeing what it will become in the future. This is the thing. It's like the public is so frustrated with what's been going on with CD Projekt Red that you kind of understand where they would be coming from, that desperation and that desire to, you know, basically tell them where to shove it, kind of thing. So yeah, I hope that they can get this sorted, because obviously it's not cool for them. It's not cool for the people working for them. It's not something that should happen. It's not behavior that should happen, but I hope they can get it sorted. But I think it should make them realize how angry and how frustrated people are, you know. And to all the people who are out there, you know, saying, "Oh, how could you say that?" The people who are making the comments about, or at least maybe we'll get a decent version, those were something we called jokes. We used to, you know, have them. They used to be a thing. Just a little update has come through since I recorded that video. CD Projekt Red put out this tweet to tell their ex-employees that they had no evidence that any personal data of theirs had been compromised during the hack. In their initial message, they did point out that they had no evidence that any personal information had been taken. So that's a good thing. At least their employees' personal info is safe. Obviously, this kind of behavior I do not condone it. It should not happen. But I do hope that they can get this sorted. I hope that they can find the people who did it. And yeah, that this can all be dealt with as quickly and smoothly as possible. Good news, however, or huge interesting news. id Software turned 30 back in the beginning of the month. On the 1st of February 2021 was the 30th anniversary of id Software. They sent out a tweet to announce and celebrate. Obviously, id Software is no longer the company it was when it started, but it's just crazy to think it's been going that long. Like, I grew up with id Software. I was obviously like 9 when they brought out their first game, the first Commander Keen game. I loved Commander Keen. I knew if it was an id Software game, it was a good game. That was basically what I've kind of brought up to believe. If it's got id Software's name in it, it's going to be amazing. From the very first Commander Keen to the first Wolfenstein to Doom, to everything they've done, I've kind of grown with id, and so it's really cool to see how they progressed. And yeah, it's also interesting when you see how the original guys from id, like John Romero and John McCormick and stuff like that, how they've moved on and how they've progressed in their own careers. Like, obviously, you have John Romero, who is now working on his new game. You have, obviously, when there was a split and some went to keep on with id, others went to Apogee and 3D Realms, and you end up with Rise of the Triad and things like that. It's amazing the history of those guys and what they've been responsible for. So best of luck for the next 30 years, id, and also the guys who created the company. Speaking of things that are 30, my favourite superhero, well, if you can call him super, he's not the Merc with a mouth, I guess, if you want to call him anything, even if you don't want to call him a superhero. Deadpool is 30 this year. He was actually, his first appearance was in the February 1991 issue of New Mutant Comics. number 98. That was his first appearance. And yeah, I love Deadpool. I'm a huge fan. I've got so many comics from Deadpool. I have obviously the movies, I have the game, I have loads of Deadpool stuff. I think he's awesome. He is like literally my favorite Marvel character. I'm so glad that when they made the new movies, they just allowed him to be Deadpool. I cannot imagine anyone other than Ryan Reynolds playing Deadpool. I mean, obviously Nolan North did a great job in the game, but I think it would be kind of cool if they redid the game, but with Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. That would be so cool. That would just be like, oh, you know, like if they did an HD version of the game, because I mean, you know, it was originally on the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, and it was re-released on the PS4, but HD version for the PS5 with Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, that would be so cool. That would be so awesome. But yeah, I absolutely love Deadpool. He's such a cool character, he's such an interesting character, and yeah, a lot of fun. So it's awesome. I hope that he continues to be Deadpool. I hope he doesn't become, you know, now that obviously he's a Disney character, hopefully he won't go too Disney. But anyway, also this is some really cool news to end on. The fans of the game GTA San Andreas, who are on the team Nerd's Kitchen, recreated the chili dog recipe from the game, and then they shared it on their website. Now, normally Rockstar only puts stuff about themselves, the company, the games, on their blogs, but they actually shared this and talked about it in their blog and let their fans know about it, which I think is super cool, because obviously it's, you know, it's a fun thing. It's awesome to see that people are trying these things, and it's also when the company officially supports these kind of things. There's a group of chefs who've been working on stuff like obviously the Legends cookbook for Legend of Zelda. They're now working on a cookbook to do with Toe Jam and Earl, but these are obviously completely unofficial, nothing to do with the companies that made those games. I can't see Nintendo getting anywhere near the Legends cookbook, but the fact that Rockstar actually shared the information about this chili dog recipe, that's really cool. I wonder if they could do a version of Sonic the Hedgehog, because he likes chili dogs too. That could be interesting. Compare the two. Who has the better chili dogs, GTA or Sonic? I have to get the Sega team on. We could do, guys, Sega, we should do that. We should do that next time when we're out of lockdown and we can all meet up. We should do a chili dog challenge with the guys from Sega over in London. That would be so much fun. I'm gonna have to speak to them about that. That'd be a lot of fun. Anyway, that would be so cool though if we could. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm sorry if I've sounded really crap. Like I said, still getting over the chest infection. I've talked just now a whole lot more than I have in a week, so I'm actually probably gonna have to just collapse for a little while, because but anyway, I hope to be better for Friday and to be able to stream through, because I'd really love to do a live stream and hang out with you guys, especially do Postal 4, because I think I've been playing it actually the last couple of days, and I love the Postal games. I really do. I'm not one of the easily offended people. You may have noticed. But yeah, so I really hope that we can do a stream of Postal 4. It's going to be fun. And then go over to, obviously, Yakuza, give that one a go. I'm kind of wondering if I should do, because obviously I said I wanted to do like a dragon, but I'm kind of thinking maybe it might be cool to start and do them chronologically and build up to Like a Dragon, but that could take years. So maybe we'll just do Like a Dragon, see how that goes. But anyway, thank you for joining me. Hopefully I will see you guys next time. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please leave it a like, please subscribe, comment, give your opinions to the things that we've discussed today. Also, You can follow me on all the social medias, including Twitch. All use the name Punky Judester, so just go to all of them, Punky Judester, you'll find me. And also on Discord, the link will be in the description to check that out. It'd be awesome if you'd join us on the server. We need more craziness and more memes, so feel free to join us. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye guys.